and welcome to another edition of Boxing Time TV. My name is Evan Jacobs. You can follow me on Instagram at Boxing Time with Evan. That's my handle. And I just heard, I have a whole list of fights and even more that I want to get to. And if you guys have, and gals, if you guys all have simulated fights that you would like to see, just please let me know, and I'll do my best to make them. I heard that Anthony Joshua and Wladimir Klitschko were going to be fighting, and to me, that just seemed like the kind of event that why wait for that? Rumor has it that as long as Anthony Joshua defeats Eric Molina coming up, then that fight will lead to Joshua fighting Wladimir Klitschko in the spring of 2017. So, without any further ado, they're saying the odds are even on the fight. It's kind of interesting because Joshua, as you can see, only has 17 fights, whereas Klitschko has 64. And he has 64 wins and 4 losses, but maybe they're, going off of the age too. I say let's just get right to it and find out, based on this boxing simulation, who we think would win this contest. All right. And as you can see, it's scheduled for 12 rounds. And let's just get going. All right, Klitschko and Joshua coming out. Klitschko immediately going with that jab. And he's going to want to keep a distance from Joshua. He's not going to want to get hit by Joshua's left hand, especially not early. Joshua has shown, especially against Charles Martin, he's shown a surprising amount of power. In some ways, I think he could be being rushed, but he was an Olympian, and he's showing a lot of poise. Klitschko with a nice uppercut right there. Klitschko definitely needs to have a tight defense in this fight, and the more distance that he creates, and the more he makes it so that Joshua can't get in, and the more he can hit Joshua, the more chances Klitschko has of negating his power, negating his speed, negating his youth or his youthful enthusiasm, and winning this bout. Joshua continues to throw punches, hitting Klitschko here and there. Klitschko seems to have landed a little bit more. He does have Klitschko keeping his hands up. And it almost seems like anytime Anthony Joshua, who was on the right side of the screen, Wladimir Klitschko was on the left, it seems like almost any time he does that, Klitschko, is feigning and is trying to keep up with it. The question is, if Joshua is able to do that for all 12 rounds, can Klitschko keep doing that? He, early in his career showed some stamina problems, but, there's obviously, surely reasons for that. And he has been the distance a number of times. He defended his title and was a champion for many, many, many years. So, if anything, this is sort of old hat. The thing is that he is 39, Joshua is 27, so we will have to see. Klitschko lands there, Joshua landing before that. A succession of punches, I should say. We're heading into the final minute. Klitschko then, catching him nicely with that left hand. We've never really seen Anthony Joshua tested as far as taking a punch. He just took a really hard right hand from Wladimir Klitschko. And everyone knows that Klitschko can hit very hard and can end things very, very, very fast. And if Joshua does not have the chin that we think that he should have, this bout could be over a lot sooner than we think. Klitschko finding areas to pot shot there, ducking, and right now, sorry about that ding. A friend of mine's texting me, and I left my phone downstairs. Not that I really try to respond to comments while I'm doing this. Try to be very, very focused, as Joshua seems to be coming on a bit in the final portion of this round. In many ways, I feel that it's even. At least this first round, heading into the final few seconds. We'll see what the judges say. Sometimes, a lot of times, their scoring is quite different than mine. But hey, this is the computer doing everything. I just set up a simulation and I'm commenting. One judge has it even, one judge gives it to Klitschko, another judge gives it to Joshua. So they had it even. I'm telling you, I'm seeing things in this fight. Klitschko. Oh, look at this. It's Joshua and Klitschko both, getting looser and letting their hands go. And this is for a heavyweight fight. This is highly entertaining. A lot of times heavyweight fights, due to their size. Oh, Klitschko's hurt. Oh, Joshua drops him with a right hand, no, a left uppercut and a straight left. And Klitschko goes down, and now he's going right back in front of Anthony Joshua. And I don't know that that's the smartest thing to do. It kind of reminds me of what Klitschko did against Corey Sanders. And that was not a good position to be in. And he just sort of came forward against him. Wow. One thing we do know is Anthony Joshua's power is for real. And Klitschko now knows that too. And he also knows that Joshua can hurt him. The question is, can Klitschko get back in this fight in a meaningful way and stop some of that confidence that Anthony Joshua is having? Oh, and there Joshua hits him again. He's almost looking to set up Klitschko. Oh, and he belts him with a right hand. Klitschko right now would do really well for himself to put some distance. He does not want to get hit by that uppercut anymore. And if this keeps going, he's going to get dropped again. He's almost like he's trying to turn this into a brawl, but Joshua's meeting him at the gate and going to the body and doing all the things that you expect someone who wants to be taken seriously as the champion. We all know that Klitschko lost his championship against Tyson Fury, and that put a lot of the belts up for grabs because Fury then got stripped for not fighting against this person or that person, which ultimately landed Anthony Joshua a belt. And Deontay Wilder had already won the belt. I think a lot of people were thinking that Wilder was going to fight Klitschko. Wilder beat Berman Stavern for his title. I mean, the titles are so fragmented that, truthfully, it's the fighters who matters. These belts are so fragmented with the regular champions, the super champions, the silver champion. I mean, it's just to me, it all just seems a cash grab by all these sanctioning organizations to get more money. And I just think ultimately it's the fighter that matters. And in my opinion, whoever wins this fight will be regarded until he comes back as the heavy. Well, I don't even want to say that. I think whoever wins this fight will be regarded as a top contender, just like Deontay Wilder is a top contender. And I think that, and by the way, Joshua ended that round really strong, fought great. As you can see, the judges are just giving Joshua that round by a wide margin. Anthony Joshua has now pulled 2 rounds ahead if you do the estimation in points. But I think that ultimately until he retires, Tyson Fury needs to be beaten in the ring to no longer be the champion. That's just my feeling. Oh, and Joshua now backing up against the ropes, becoming emboldened. They were saying that Klitschko was tired, and for an even fight, should Klitschko end things early, this is going to very much be a should Wladimir Klitschko end things early, it'll be very surprising, just because you would think that he would fare and last longer against a fighter with only 17 fights, but maybe Anthony Joshua is just that special. He certainly is looking special tonight, as Wladimir Klitschko is finding himself in all kinds of trouble. He's against the ropes where he does not want to be, taking punches he doesn't want to take, and ultimately going to be behind in scoring. And maybe that's his plan. He wants to wear Joshua out, knowing that Joshua, take Joshua later in the fight into the deep water. But if he doesn't start doing more, he is going to get knocked out. Okay, right there, he's countering well. And this might be all that he feels that he can do. Oh, these two guys are both trading leather. Oh, he's just breaking his, setting him. Anthony Joshua is just setting up Wladimir Klitschko for not random, but I mean all manner of punches that he's putting out. And there's gonna come a point Klitschko's gonna have to do more than this. Because right now, Joshua has answers for everything that he's doing, whether he's coming forward, whether they're in the center of the ring, whether he has Klitschko against the ropes. Joshua, as we head into the final minute of the third round, is giving Wladimir Klitschko a beating. And I, for one, I didn't know who was going to win, but I didn't expect Joshua to be as dominant. I know he's a very good fighter. I just thought that Klitschko would offer more, and he's trying right now, landing a very nice right uppercut. But Anthony Joshua takes it well and hits him more, and he's just busting up Wladimir Klitschko and beating him in a way that's a lot more definitive than Tyson Fury. And I'm be arguing that I think we have a better Wladimir Klitschko in there right now. Oh, another hard uppercut. I think we have a better Wladimir Klitschko than the one that lost to Tyson Fury. Oh. Both fighters trying to close strong. I think Joshua edged him just a little bit in that portion of the round. I think Joshua won that round as well. We'll see what the judges say. Okay. Once again, I have no rhyme or reason, but the judges have it even. One gives it to Klitschko, one makes it even, and the other gives it to Joshua. All right, we're heading into the fourth round, and Anthony Joshua right now is almost pot-shotting Wladimir Klitschko. Klitschko's taking the punch as well. The question is, for how long? As he just keeps bouncing his left and right hands off of the skull of Wladimir Klitschko. Klitschko is a very good fighter. He's really good, very, very dominant. It's surprising that in these simulations against Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua right now that he's just not faring better. Oh, but he's catching Joshua, and Joshua can be dropped. I mean, I don't know that he has been, but Joshua can be. You know, hey, anybody can be dropped as long as they get hit right. Oh man. Anthony Joshua leading and landing with that left hand. Klitschko coming back to the left of his own. These two guys are engaging in one of the most entertaining and enjoyable heavyweight fights that we've seen in a long time. And if they can keep this pace up, this will be one of the best heavyweight fights ever to have taken place. Holy. Wladimir Klitschko fighting really, really well off the ropes, landing an uppercut. Anthony Joshua trying to go to the body, and Klitschko doing some of his best work now. Maybe in some way he slowed the assault of Anthony Joshua. We're gonna have to see. All right, Wladimir Klitschko. Having a better round, even despite Anthony Joshua's constant pressure, and in some ways, I think maybe he negated Joshua a little bit. We are going to be heading into the middle portion of the fight, the later portion of the fight, and if we do, this may very well favor Klitschko, although not right there, as Klitschko gets driven back into the ropes by that pesky straight left hand by Anthony Joshua. He's just tattooing him with it. Joshua seems to think that Klitschko's ready. And maybe, we'll find out from the judges, but Joshua, as we're almost done with this fourth round, Joshua seems to think that maybe he has Klitschko hurt. Maybe that's what we're about to find out. All right. Joshua's setting up his punches. Klitschko's just really, reaching a point where he's going to have to do more, because I don't know how the judges could give Wladimir Klitschko that round, and Joshua seeming to take it. The judges are also saying that Joshua is tired. I don't know about that. One judge even has it even. Who knows? Could this be what Wladimir Klitschko wanted? Is Anthony Joshua tired out? And he's 8 points behind. That's almost 3 rounds behind. Can he take back this fight from a possibly tiring Anthony Joshua? Although I did not think Joshua looked tired in that round. I'm just going off of what the judges are saying. Klitschko's coming forward, and we'll see how that works for him. Oh, he's got that right hand. He's got another right hand. I'm sorry, left hand from Anthony Joshua. Klitschko trying to establish more. The thing is that Joshua must not be feeling that Wladimir Klitschko's power is enough to keep him away. He's still coming forward. He's still working against the ropes. Klitschko doing his best to block the punches. And Klitschko landing. And, we'll see. As this fight goes on, does it favor Klitschko? I mean, he's jabbing. He could be working his way back into this fight. And one wonders if the things that he's doing right now are enough. He's moving more, giving some more side-to-side movement. And it's almost like Anthony Joshua can get him over to the ropes, but he can't do anything with him. And that is a problem, even though Joshua just starches him with that left hand. I apologize if you hear me yawning. It's certainly not the fight that's tiring. I'm just doing this a little bit later. I find that it's easier. I don't get as many texts, people. I obviously don't announce to people that I'm doing this just because there's no real reason to, but then the text show up on my computer. I suppose I could turn that off, but I just forget, and I get into doing these fights. As we have Anthony Joshua going down into the final minute. Oh, and he hurts Klitschko. Oh, and he starches him with two left hands. Klitschko, it's just been the story of this fight. Klitschko has not been able to get off, and he's down, and he went down very, very hard, and he's not going to get up. Anthony Joshua has stopped Wladimir Klitschko a KO in round 5. An excellent performance by Anthony Joshua. He had Klitschko hurt. He jumped on him. He came forward. He set up his shots beautifully, and surprisingly, Klitschko was not able to keep him at bay. He was not able to use his jab and to set up punches that would stop Anthony Joshua from coming forward. The final particulars of the fight, Anthony Joshua by a knockout. The fight lasted 5 rounds. Klitschko was knocked down 2 times. Joshua was knocked down 1 time. And as you recall, Anthony Joshua ahead by 2 rounds. Actually, 2 rounds on 2 of the judges' scorecards and 4 rounds on another judge's scorecards. Once again, my name is Evan Jacobs. You can follow me on Instagram at BoxingTimeWithEvan. And also let me know if there's any simulations that you want me to run, and we'll put them on the board, and we'll try to get to them as soon as possible. I'm trying to do 2 to 3 of these a week. Who knows, maybe it'll become more. But I just thank everyone for commenting. I thank people for subscribing. It means a great deal. And thank you very much. Once again, this has been Boxing Time TV, and we will see you next time.